Hey everyone, today we'll learn how to create a Netlify account and deploy an application. Let's start by searching for Netlify in your web browser and clicking on the first link that appears. Once you're on the Netlify homepage, look for the Sign Up button in the top right corner and click on it to begin the registration process. Netlify offers several sign-in options, and I recommend choosing Sign In with Google as it's quick and convenient, though you can choose other options as well. After selecting Google, you'll be prompted to choose your Gmail account. Simply click on Continue to proceed. Next, you'll need to fill in your personal details, including your first name and last name. When asked about your plans for using Netlify, select Personal, as this is perfect for individual projects and learning. For the project type, choose Web App from the available options, though you can select any of the given choices that best fits your needs. You'll also be asked to choose your role. I'll select Senior Web Developer as an example, but you can pick the option that best describes your experience level. Finally, give a name to your team. If you don't have a team, you can use your organization name or any name you prefer. I'll go with Stack Seekers as my team name. Once you've filled in all the details, click on Continue to proceed to the deployment section. Now that your Netlify account is set up, let's deploy your application. You can skip the initial deployment step to go directly to your dashboard, or since I have my project ready, I'll choose Deploy using GitHub. Netlify will ask you to authorize access to your GitHub account. Click on Authorize to grant the necessary permissions. This is necessary for Netlify to read your repositories and deploy your code. After authorization, I recommend going with all repositories. Click on Install as it gives you flexibility to deploy any project in the future. To complete the GitHub integration, from the list of available repositories, choose the one you want to deploy. I'll select the Notion Stack repository as an example. Once you've selected your repository, click on Deploy your repo name to Netlify to start the deployment process. The system will then redirect you to the deployment logs. Netlify will automatically read your repository for a netlify.toml file to understand the configuration and determine which commands to run during the build process. You can monitor the progress of your deployment. Once the deployment is complete, you can navigate to the project configuration section. Here you'll see your deployed application link, which will look something like something.netlify.app. Click on this link to verify that your application is up and running and accessible to anyone globally. However, you're not quite done yet. You still need to add some configuration like environment variables, which will be used by Netlify to make your backend functions work properly. Click on Add a variable, followed by Import from .env file to set up your environment configuration. For this specific application, you will need 4 environment variables, which are already defined in the env.example file of your repository. The first variable is SMTP user. Change this to your Gmail ID. The second is SMTP pass. Set this to your 16-character SMTP password that we created in the previous tutorial. The third variable is Notion API key. Use the Notion API key you copied from the previous video about Notion. The fourth variable is Notion database ID. Use the Notion database ID you also copied from the previous video. Keep all your updated values in the Netlify contents of the env file text box. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Import Variables to apply these settings. You should now see all the 4 variables listed in your environment configuration. If you've made any mistakes, you can edit these variables individually by expanding each one and clicking on the option to edit. I leave that up to you to manage. If all your environment variables are correct, when you go to your Netlify app and click on Retry Loading Issue Types, you should not see any errors, or you can use the Fallback Issue Type options. For this specific application, you'll want to go to the Logs and Functions section to see all your deployed functions. Click on Function Settings and then Configure to ensure your build settings are correct. Make sure you have the build command and publish directory set up properly, along with the function directory configuration, then click on Save to apply these settings. Now go back to the Logs and Functions section. You should see all your functions listed below. Out of these, the first one is typically the email scheduler, which runs every 2 minutes. If you are a bit technical, you can view the logs of the scheduler to monitor its performance. You can also go to the Deploys section and trigger a manual deploy if needed. Return to the project configuration section, where you can disable or delete this project if required. You'll also see a thumbnail of your deployed application. There are other project configuration options available if you need them, though I won't be explaining these in detail in this video. Click on the team name logo and then Domains to configure your own custom domain if desired. Though I won't be covering domain configuration in this video either. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Let me know in the comments if you need help adding a domain.